You know what, I'll tell you what, not only is this the newest, one of the very newest locations in Washington, D.C., it might also be one of the hottest, guys. This is spectacular. We're going to talk to the co-owner and the co-founder. We've got Arian Castaneda here. This is spectacular. Congratulations, my friend.
Thanks so much.
Why was this the right timing for a Cuban restaurant in Washington, D.C.?
Well, I think it's the right time to bring a real piece of Cuba to the national capital. So I think what I'm looking to is like express the real Cuba that we have right now, so people can understand our culture 100%, and also they can enjoy the way we enjoy life too back in Cuba. So that's actually what I want to express. I want people to feel like the very first moment that they walk in, they actually walking into Cuba.
Well, and let's explain to the folks who are watching right now. You yourself, you're from Cuba. Your family has a cigar company there.
Yes, I'm born and raised in Cuba. I'm the fourth generation in the family business. We used to own one of the biggest cigar manufacturers in Cuba before revolution.
Okay.
We actually, believe it or not, started the cigar business here in the U.S.
You did?
In Tampa, in Ybor City.
That's awesome.
Yes,
so
like my great-grandma is the daughter of Vicente Ybor. So that's how we started the cigar business.
So do you yourself, do you know how to roll a
Oh
cigar?
yeah, I grew up on that. I grew up on
doing
that.
Yes. I love it. And then one of the things we got to point out to everyone, you have an outdoor bar. This is spectacular. What kind of drinks are we going to find on the menu here?
On the menu, we're going to find basically all the classic Cuban drinks.
Okay.
Like, for example, mojitos, Cuba Libre, daiquiri, piña colada, presidente, saoco, canchanchara, all very refreshing and very tasting drinks.
I love this.
We're in the Caribbean, so
that's
we
right.
need to be like very refreshed over there.
It's hot there, right?
Yes, yes.
So really, if you cannot go to Havana, I mean, this is the next best thing. You
Yes.
have brought Havana here.
That's exactly the idea.
This is fabulous, guys. So, so here's the thing. We are going to explore some of the food. We're going to talk a little bit more about the drinks, of course. But again, hey, this is DC's newest, latest, greatest, and hottest. So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks
Stick
for
around.
having us.
We're live all morning. Ooh,
Gonna have a sip.
All right. Hey, speaking of hot, we're at one of the hottest new places in Washington, D.C., Castas. So it's a rum bar and Cuban restaurant. We've got the owner here, Arian, and then we also have Chef Alberto. Okay, guys. So this is just a small sampling, guys, of the menu, but we wanted to show you these are kind of like the quintessential, right? This is what you would have in Havana.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, we are like big sandwich guys in Cuba, like ham, pork, and also we eat a lot of shrimps because, of course, we're in the Caribbean, you have to eat a lot of seafood. But I work together with Chef Alberto, that is an amazing chef, express my intention on the food, like recipe, family recipe, and he delivered like so perfect. Like he got me within 1 second, like, yes, I got what you want. So
Chef, that's a big compliment. So he hands over, here are some family recipes. Now put a spin on it, right?
We marinate our roasted pork for 48 hours in our mojo, in our mojo recipe. That's a traditional Cuban mojo. And the Cuban sandwich and the medianoches are amazing, and that's our famous sandwiches here.
What's your favorite on the menu?
Both. Both, yeah.
He's like, it depends on which one's ready. Now, there's something unique about the bread. What do we need to know about the bread here?
Yes, well, the bread we actually bringing it from Tampa in Ybor City, from La Segunda. That's the best bakery, in the whole U.S. for me. They make the best Cuban bread ever. And this is a family business, so we like to support also, like family-owned business, and especially with great quality.
I love
and
it,
that
guys.
make a difference because the bread is what make a difference in the Cuban sandwich. Yes.
The bread's huge no matter what sandwich, right, guys? Okay, so let's toss it to Kristen. Can I take a bite of this? Because where I'm going to be back, this probably will not be, because I'm going to eat it right now. Kristen? So I can't wait. And coming up, we are live from Northwest Washington, D.C. We're going to show you where you can experience a Havana night right here in D.C. We're live with more right after this.
Up next.
Welcome back to a Great Day, Washington. So this morning we're in Northwest D.C. checking out a brand new restaurant. It's called Castas, and it is incredible. So we are going to visit the drinks, but before we do that, I want to finish up. Chef, right here, this is one of the quintessential Cuban dishes.
The empanadas. The empanadas are traditional turnovers stuffed with ropa vieja. It's a shredded beef, or we have the picadillo, a special picadillo. It's like being in Havana, having the mama's recipe.
Who's mama? Your mama?
Yeah. And we have the chicken empanadas. We have the Cuban empanadas. Amazing, because it's like eating a sandwich, but in empanada.
But an empanada.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds
same
great.
Roasted pork, cheese, ham, and mustard and pickles in an empanada.
You know what I like about it? It's handy, right? So I'm going to walk on down the bar with my empanada.
Simple.
And we're going to talk about drinks. So, I mean, when you're talking about Cuban drinks, quintessential again, the mojito.
Mojito, yeah, the classic mojito. Very refreshing drink with mint, lime, rum. You're gonna forget that rum. Yeah, we're doing it with Havana Club. That's actually the way. And now he's just adding the bitter and angostura. That's actually what holds the flavor on the mojito.
Now, wait a second. What did he just put in there? Chef, what? Oh, it's a sugar cane?
Sugarcane stick, yeah. So we
Is that
add a
for
little-
stirring or for, what is that?
for both, and you can chew it. So you add a little bit of sweetness on your life. So
I love it.
That's-
I could use a little bit more sweetness in my
Exactly.
life, right? Okay, so here, will you hold my empanada?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm running out of hands, right? You go ahead, you can have a bite. Let's try this. All right, delicious. What are the hours that you guys are going to be open?
we're gonna be open from 4 p.m. until 2 a.m.
Till 2 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
So I hope that people literally come, join us, have a great time, and experience the Cuban culture here in DC.
Hey, I cannot wait. Cheers to you, my friend. All right, guys, don't go away. We're going to be back with more right after this. Guys, stick with us. We are live from Castas, the newest restaurant in Washington, D.C. This one is Cuban, complete with cigars and a smoking lounge. We're back with more right after this. Welcome back to Washington, D.C. And great day, Washington. How about that? I'm just back from vacation. Can you tell? Luckily, the producers are taking it really easy on me this morning because they invited me out to Castas. This is the co-owner and co-founder. One thing I noticed as we walk around here, you guys have a lot of murals. So what's the inspiration behind those?
Well, the inspiration is to bring, different type of feelings within the same space. So it's like walking through the city, literally walking through Havana. Like you have the nice life in the city. Also, when you walk into like barrios,
Yeah, barrios.
Barrios, yes. It's like a local street with local people. And yeah, I want to express, a different type of aspect that you can actually find in Cuba when you walk on the street. So
that's the
that
neat
was the
thing.
inspiration.
It's like when you come in here, you feel like you've kind of stepped into another world. You do not feel like you're in Washington, D.C. Now, the mural behind me, this represents your family in some way.
Yes, this building right behind me is my family cigar factory, located in Havana, Cuba. And yeah, that represents and means a lot to me. And I place it here because it's actually the cigar lounge area where people can smoke. There is no Cuban experience without a cigar.
That's right. I mean, you got to have the mojito or the rum and then the cigar.
And the cigars, yes.
Okay.
And music. That's why I also represent Celia Cruz here, excellent singer, and she was like awesome person too. So, and yeah, it all goes together like a blend. Yeah.
And tonight is like the big night.
Yeah, tonight is the grand opening. And yeah, and tomorrow we are like totally open for like general public. And
That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, you guys, congratulations, and thank you for bringing a little bit of Cuba right here to Washington, D.C.
thanks. I feel like I had that mission because I want people to experience the real Cuba.
I love it. We're going to experience the real Cuba right here. Listen it back to the ladies in the studio.